Ashwani sir, welcome. Ashwani sir, I would like to ask as far as the price of such a wheat variety is concerned, it's too high. I mean, what I mean to say is that it cannot be made a part of an PDS system as of now. So, what can be done and what should be done to make it affordable to all?
Thank you, Abhinav, and thank you, Prasad Bharti, for organizing such an interesting talk and participating for the first time. And I'm really happy to see that some of the technology which you're talking about here are actually very relevant, and they need to be percolated down to the rural areas and individuals who are actually in need of these things. So, congratulations to all the organizers over here. Coming back to the question related to the price aspect of this black wheat and many such technology, we have to always bear in mind when the technology or any product come to the market for the first time, there's a lot of R&D involved in that. And when there is a lot of R&D involved in that, the cost benefit ratio is actually at a very preliminary stage. So all those assessments which should have been done in order to promote the usage of this technology or the product need to be conducted in a different way. Let's talk about any of the drug which come to the market. If there is a new product in the form of drug or any new electronic device, even it comes to the market, initially the price is always higher because a lot of R&D has gone in, and somebody who is actually selling it need to ensure the return of investment. And the same thing is true for this black wheat and the purple wheat, as Dr. Monica talked about. But my own apprehension is that my own understanding, not apprehension, that once this product is more popular, as Dr. Kashwar is also saying, we need to do population studies, statistics, and all that, which I'm sure Dr. Monica is already planning, and she has replied to that as well. So once the technology and the product is available to the masses, obviously the cost is going to come down. And I think one of the beneficiaries, also one of the person, I don't remember the name, he also mentioned that they are selling it as a price so that they can recover the cost of it, and they are trying to make it more beneficial and less expensive to the consumer. So my own understanding is that price is going to come down as we produce more. We are actually talking to a lot of industries. The day before we had a meeting, Dr. Monica was there. We had a meeting with one of the big giant in India, who's actually a big seed company. So we are negotiating with these big companies, because once we hand over our product to big companies, they have a good uniform distribution system. They have all a system in place where they can produce it at a lower cost. And since they have a distribution system already being in setup, so the distribution cost is also going to come down, and it will be available all through the countries and at a lower cost. That's my understanding. Time is going to tell us on that.
Sir, as the time will pass, this thing is a new one. As of now, black wheat is a new one thing. But as the time will pass, there will be multiple breedings and cross breedings. Are there not chances are fair enough that the genes of this black wheat will mutate or will come into the indigenous gene pool? Will it not pollute it?
So, Abhinav, very good question. As a non-practitioner, your question is quite relevant. But I think since we practice these technologies, we can say that no, it is not true, because we do that every day. The reason is that if that would have been true, the crossbreeding could have happened in all the varieties which are available in the market, right? These companies are selling their hot product, and each company is able to maintain their trade secret in terms of property and the quality of the wheat or the rice they are producing, because they produce it under a given set of conditions. These are self-pollinated crop. You can only take out pollen and do crossbreeding. But companies, they are actually confident. They have tools and technologies which is going to ensure that yes, these is not going to do crossbreeding. But even if it does crossbreeding, there is no harm. This is evolution is taking place in nature. What we have tomato as on today, if you see with the traditional tomato, it is 10 times higher the size. What we have is the bread wheat today. If you compare with the wild wheat, einkorn wheat, it has more number of seeds per panicle, per kernel. So I think evolution is taking place. Sometimes it is naturally occurring. At the same time, scientists are also trying to breed in for the nutritional trait or for traits which are related to high productivity. So evolution is going to happen. Evolution should happen, and it will happen.
Sir, why I am asking is this question is because in the green revolution, in the bid to increase the production, many varieties have been introduced, and in that race, many indigenous varieties have been lost. We all know. That's why I put this
So
question.
your question is relevant, Abhinav. There are institutions. I would like to name NBPGR, National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources. That is in New Delhi. NBAGR, National Bureau of Animal Genetic Resources, whose job is to protect and preserve all possible genotype, germplasm, etc. across the country. Then at international level, we have International Rice Research Institute. They have actually seed germ in North Pole as well. So I think not only our own government, but international government are also aware of it, that we need to do whatever we can do to protect germplasm. But yes, at the same time, developing new varieties, whether in wheat or rice or any other crop, is need of the hour. We are going to be 9 billion by the year 2050. The stresses are increasing, drought, salinity, etc. And we need to breed in for stress tolerance now. Of course, evolution is going to take place, and we need to ensure that we protect our indigenous varieties also, and institute like NBPGR are taking care of it.
Thank you, sir.